Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at the Legion Time Walking Mage Tower for the Enhancement Shaman. We'll go over the normal things. We're going to go over talents. We're going to go over consumables. We're going to look at some gear. And we'll talk about macros. Before we do all that, please hit the subscribe button down below if you get a chance. If you like what we're doing here with the Mage Tower guides, give us a thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it. And let's get underway with the talents. First thing we're going to have is Forceful Winds because we went with a Wind Fury build. Just causes each successive Wind Fury attack within 15 seconds to increase the damage of Wind Fury by stacking 35%, stacking up to 5 times. Then we have Flurry. Storm Strike has a 25% chance to strike the target again for 40% of normal damage if it can chain off of itself. So you can get multiple Wind Furies off one press of the button. Then we got Static Charge just to reduce the cap totem cooldown. You could probably go with Earth Shield here too if you wanted it to be a little more defensive. I was opting for Lightning Shield just for the extra damage though. We got Elemental Assault for Storm Strike damage is increased by 15%, and Storm Strike now generates 1 Maelstrom weapon. Now, like I said, we're playing the Storm Strike build, so we have Forceful Winds, Storm Flurry, Elemental Assault, and Ascendance. Next here we have Nature's Guardian, just a defensive option. You probably could have went Feral Lunge or Windrush Totem, but I didn't really feel like either of these were needed, so I just took the free heal. After that, we got Sunring. Shatters a line of earth in front of you with your main hand weapon, causing 3,402 flame strike damage and incapacitating an enemy hit for 2 seconds. Now the end cap doesn't work to stun the Blade Storm, which is what I was hoping it would do, but it also does a lot of damage, so it's really useful throughout the fight since it's just all AoE fight. And last but not least, we have Ascendance. Everybody knows what Ascendance does if you've been playing Shaman. It's a go button pretty much. So we're gonna obviously macro that in with our Heroism, Potion, and a few other things, but we'll look at that in the macro section. We're going to go ahead and go over gear next. I didn't really have anything special. I should have taken the Heart of Azeroth and the Corruption Cloak just for the triple secondary stats. Weapons, I'm just using an Akama's Edge, both crit haste weapons. Celestial Guidance on one and Sinful Revelation on the other. Just have basic enchants, nothing special. I do have, I use 2 trinkets. I use the Hateful Chain and the Sinful Aspirant's Insignia. I pretty much just took the Insignia for the extra haste, just to keep my haste pretty high for more auto attacks, which triggers Wind Fury, which, triggers Maelstrom Weapon and everything else. Hateful Chain was just the other trinket I had. As you can see, I don't have much. I don't really play my Shaman often, much less play him as enhancement. Alright, and next we're going to go over to the consumable section. We just used haste food, then we used the Desolate Armor Kit on our chest piece. We used the Potion of Spectral Agility, which is macroed into Ascendance. Then we have our Greater Flask of the Currents, which gives us more agility than what is allowed in the encounter, so it's just going to lower down to that. And then we're going to be buffing our weapons with Wind Fury and Flame Tongue. Now, with that being said, let's look at the macros. There's only 2 macros you need, and you don't really need them. It just makes life easier. We have a Hex Focus macro at Focus Hex, and then we use an Ascendance macro that does Ascendance, Heroism, and Potion of Spectral Agility. You would obviously just replace this if you're going to use a lower potion, but that should get you covered. Now, key things we're going to do. Number 1, Sigrun has an ability called Blood of the Father. She has to be CC'd, so we're putting her on focus. She also casts I don't remember the name of the move, but it's a line of Valkyries with a gap in it that you have to stand in the gap. If you don't stand in the gap, you will get one shot. Ancestral Knowledge is cast by the Farseer. We have to break the shield that's put on him and then interrupt the ability. And then Jarl does 2 different moves. Number 1 is he does a Blade Storm, which we have to interrupt with Capacitor Totem. And number 2, he does an ability where he's empowered by Sigrun, where he walks around and we have to slow him. If he catches us, he's enraged and he will melee us really hard. Now you can take a few hits. It's not going to one-shot you or anything like that, but definitely something you need to watch out for and not something you want to be tanking. With all that being said, let's take a look at the encounter. Make sure we have our weapons buff with Wind Fury and Flame Tongue. Let's make sure we have our Lightning Shield on. And, which I forgot my Lightning Shield at the beginning of this fight. Here, I put it on right there. And then we're going to Wolves, we're going to Sundering, and we're going to Ascendance. Now, what we did in the beginning is we pretty much hit Sigrun, interrupted the Farseer, and then stacked him on top of Jarl. And now we're just going to cleave as much as we can. You'll see me spamming Crash Lightning, and while I'm in Ascendance, I just spam Wind Fury, or Wind Strike is the name for the Ascendance version. I'm going to drop a Earthbind Totem there to slow everybody. I forgot to put Sigrun on focus, so make sure you do that as well. We're going to Hex her. And looks like I got Jarl down to like 72% in our burst window, so that's really good. Keeping Flame Shock up as much as I can on multiple targets for the AoE damage. Now, you see Blood of the Father is about to go off. Sigrun has to be CC'd for that. If she's not CC'd, then she becomes empowered and it's pretty much a wipe. Now, in the earlier part of this fight, she's not doing the Valkyries yet, the angel looking things. When those are coming out, they are the #1 priority. They will one-shot you if you don't get them. The next ability is gonna be Ancestral Knowledge on Runeseer, and pretty much what that does is it puts a big shield on him. We have to break the shield with single target, or not, it doesn't have to be single target damage, but we have to break the shield, and then once the shield is broken, we have to interrupt him. So you'll see me spamming Storm Strikes into him and then interrupt. Whole time we're doing our AoE cleave. And moving over here to get this free health orb. I got my Earth Elemental out, doing a little bit of extra damage. Gonna interrupt their runes here. And there's the angels. So we gotta move into the gap. That's our #1 priority. And he's Blade Storming, so we go ahead and drop a Capacitor Totem and stun him. And she just used Blood of the Father again, but she was CC'd, so she didn't get the buff. So now we can hit her, pull her into the group, and get some more cleave going. You see me doing Chain Lightnings. And anytime the runes are out, those are very important. Usually start with the smallest and go to the largest. There are times where I hit the middle one, then I go to the smallest one, and then I go to the largest one. Now, Shaman have Ghost Wolf, which is really good for this. There's the Farseer ability again, so we gotta break that. Once that's broken, we have to interrupt him. So I'm dumping some Chain Lightnings into it to get some extra damage on Jarl, and maintaining as much cleave as I can, and then I get the interrupts. Now that the shield's broken, we are just use Ascendance because it just came back up. So we're looking to push Jarl right here. He got his Rage Empowerment, so now we're kiting and doing as much damage as we can while we're in Ascendance because it makes our auto attacks ranged, and nature damage. So we're just hit him as much as we can. Gonna drop a Cap Totem to stun him, that way he can't kill us while we're hitting the runes. Now that means I'm not going to have Cap Totem for his Blade Storm, but that's fine because the Blade Storm doesn't do damage the entire size of the graphic. It is only if you're close enough to him. And she just used Blood of the Father and was unable to gain the buff because she was in a Hex. So now we're going to stack these guys back up and continue hitting them. Go ahead and get that free heal, and he's at 4% now. So we need to go ahead and target him and just get him down. As soon as that happens, the fight becomes a lot easier. All right, he's down. Make sure we're in our gap, and now we're just gonna keep both these guys dotted. And I choose to stay on Farseer because I like to interrupt the extra damage, just because it means I'll have to heal less. And they share health anyways, so it doesn't matter who I'm hitting; they're both dying. All right, there we go. That's the time walking encounter for the enhancement shaman. Remember, angels are #1 priority. Runes, small, medium, then large, and then we got to break that shield on Farseer. And you can keep the melee guy slowed while he's doing his enrage. Other than that, keep Sigrun CC'd. Make sure she does not cast Blood of the Father, or it is a wipe. Alright everybody, that concludes our Legion Time Walking Mage Tower encounter for the Enhancement Shaman. If you guys have any questions, please leave a comment below. Please hit the subscribe button, it would be greatly appreciated. Give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing with the videos. Or if you have any more suggestions on videos, feel free to hit the comment button and leave a comment below. Other than that, hope everybody has a great day. See you guys later.